It's kind of hard to believe that it's been almost 2 years since I last created a YouTube video. I think it's safe to say that this was a long time coming, but to realize exactly what went on here, I think that we need to go back in time and, see exactly how things started.
Big smile, big smile. Hey guys, this is Dmitry with Hardwood Canucks. With me here, this is my co-host Matt. Hey Matt.
It's crazy to think that that was 5 years ago. Dimitri and I still pretty fresh, awkward as hell. The very first episode of the Damn Good Show, they gave me one heck of an opportunity. You know what? There's a lot of really good moments, a lot of really cringeworthy moments that I kind of wished I forgot. Now, let's test. So my job was to work sort of like in the back end of Hardwood Canucks, work on marketing stuff, but I also did some on-camera work, some reviews, CES stuff, giveaways, etc. But looking back on that experience now, I realized that it was something that I wasn't necessarily ready for. Not that it was, more challenging than anything else that I've experienced, because that's pretty far from the fact, but it was an experience that I wasn't mature enough for. And it was something that I wasn't necessarily 100% ready for, both in the time commitments and in emotional and maturity commitments. Over the year and a bit, 2 years that I was with Hardwood Canucks, things didn't go as smoothly as I think we all had planned. I wasn't necessarily ready because I was still working in the advertising business and the media business while doing part-time with Hardwood Canucks, etc. I wasn't ready to give them the time commitments that I think that they needed. And realistically, my work ethic just wasn't there. Like, I skated through high school. I skated through university and college without really giving a real effort towards something. And I took the exact same mind frame, and thank God this has all changed, but I took the same mind frame into the relationship that I had with Hardwood Canucks. That just wasn't going to work. I needed to grow up and grow up quickly, and I don't think I was ready to do that. So there's a lot of times when I was working with Dimitri where I was combative. I was immature. They didn't get their fair amount of effort out of me. Realistically, like they were paying me based off the deals that I brought in. Like that's non-consequential. It doesn't mean anything. It shouldn't mean anything. Because payment doesn't matter. If you make a commitment, you need to stick to it regardless of what that commitment is and regardless of what the payment terms are. I wasn't ready for that yet. I was young, I was dumb, and they deserved a lot more from what I ended up giving them. But that said, there was some pretty good times, and we did put out some pretty good content. Some cringy as hell, but there was some really good times that we spent together there. And although I look back and wish that I handled things a little bit differently, I wish that I handled the relationship that I had with Dimitri differently. I look back at that and say that it's a learning experience. It was a strong learning experience. It gave me the opportunity to learn from literally one of the best cinematographers on YouTube, one of the best filmmakers on YouTube. I got to learn from his work ethic, his process, the way that he shoots B-roll, the way that he lights scenes. Like, I was able to learn quite a lot just by watching and observing. So when it came time to part ways, it was about 2 years in the relationship. I had changed jobs from a media agency to a MCN, which is a multi-channel network. I started working with Studio 71. And I think we both realized, Hardwood Canucks and I both realized, that maybe this was time that we parted ways. We weren't really getting anything out of the relationship anymore. Things had become tense, they'd become combative. I wasn't producing at the level that they would have expected. I wasn't producing at the level that I would have expected. Realistically, things just needed to change, and that was on me to make those changes. They gave me every opportunity possible to make things work, and it just didn't. And that was entirely on my shoulders. I had to grow up. So working with an MCN, I literally got my feet wet being behind the camera as a producer and as an executive producer on some of the biggest Canadian YouTube branded campaigns in like the history of Canadian YouTube. I got to work on a Samsung campaign with Sean Duras and Ray Lagaya. I got to work on a Canadian Tire campaign with the AB family. Lots of really deep learning experiences. And that was one of those jobs where like you couldn't go into it just thinking that you'd be able to fake it until you made it. You literally had to put in the hours, the work, the stress, the anxiety, all of that stuff. You had to put everything, you had to put your entire soul and body into it in order to be successful. And that worked out really well, but I kept on getting the itch to create content. And that's when Canada Computers reached out to me and asked if I wanted to be their YouTuber, if I wanted to create content for the YouTube channel. I would have made the exact same amount of money that I would have made at Studio 71. So it was a great opportunity for me to really get back into something that I love doing, something that I was really passionate about. And that lasted for about a year and a half. Things were really, really good. We got some great traction. I was learning on the job. So I was learning different filmmaking techniques. And I mean, we're going to show some clips here while I'm talking, like as B-roll, but things steadily got better. You know, as the beard got bigger, I felt like I started improving. My vision started getting better. My eye, the set design started getting better. And that was a huge amount of experience. Now, in November of 2017, that's when we canceled our contract, or that's when the contract was canceled with Canada Computers. And realistically, that was the hardest month of my entire life. So my birthday is November 16th. On November 16th, I was called into the marketing director's office, and we had a discussion of like where the channel was going and their future plans for it, etc. Now, to that date, there was never any negative feedback. There was never any questions. They liked the direction of it. They weren't ready to invest in it, I think. In a level where they would have it like on the main page of their retail store and all that stuff. About a week before that, I told them that my wife is pregnant. She had just passed the third trimester. We were expecting our first child in May of 2018. So there's that. So on my birthday, I go into Canada Computers office, and they decide to tell me that they're going to be hiring the old YouTube channel from NCIX, like the old producers from NCIX, including their marketing director, who I will not name. He's got another great job working in the Canadian computer industry, or the computer sales or electronic sales industry, so I'm not going to name him. But they originally said that they were going to go and hire him. It was already down the line, and they were canceling my contract, so they were bringing on the entire NCIX team. This literally came out of the middle of nowhere. There was comments made that they wanted to change out the host because they wanted somebody that fit more within their corporate culture. I don't know if that's the actual reason why I was let go as their content creator, but I was led to believe that it's my thoughts and beliefs that maybe they wanted somebody that looked more within their corporate culture. Like, who knows? I don't know. The ultimate thing is that we actually ended up in a legal battle for about a year where we were discussing, and I was fighting for the content that I created because going into it after working for an MCN, I owned all of the content that was on that channel. I just gave them a license to be able to use that content, and they refused to take it down. So there was a lot of legal battles and a lot of legal headaches that went into that. But finally, a little bit later on, less than 6 months ago, they removed all the stuff that I created, and that freed me up to be able to post it on my own channel. But with losing your primary source of income, it leaves you in a situation where you need to really scramble to figure things out. Like, I was hard up. My wife is pregnant. We're expecting our first child in less than 6 months. And I had no job. I had no way of making money. I had maybe $2,000 in savings in my bank account. And I wasn't about to move back home. Not a chance. Like, I was 30. Not going to move my entire family, my dog, my wife, my life, just so I can have something more comfortable. So I literally just started taking any odd job that I could possibly find. I did social media work for a dentist office. Of all things, I scrambled and then created my own company, my own advertising agency, which thankfully has done pretty well. And I guess that kind of leads us to today. So that's the reason why the whole legal battle, plus starting my company, plus everything else, that's the reason why it's been almost 2 years since I've last produced a video on YouTube. And starting a fresh new channel is scary. It's tough, it's difficult, but I'm feeling really confident that this is the right time to do this because I love creating content for you guys. So tech subject, welcome to Tech Subject. This is the channel that basically is going to be all about gaming and the tech behind it. We're not just going to be about the PCMR, like the PC Master Race. We're not just going to create content for you. If you're a gamer, you're a gamer. It doesn't matter what platform you play on. If it's console, if it's mobile, if it's PC, if you enjoy games and you enjoy the technology behind it, I'm going to be creating content for you. Bit of a long story time. I wanted to give you guys at least the people that have been following me for a little bit, I wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up, a little bit of insight into exactly how things not only got started with Hardwood Canucks, why things fell off. I told them I was going to own completely for this video because it's all on me, and sometimes you got to grow up. And I think that this is the right time for me to jump back into this. And guys, I hope that you come along with me on this journey. If you have any questions or anything like that, guys, I'll be watching the comments, so make sure you leave them in the comment section down below. And I'm really looking forward to it. Today is June 1st, the official launch of Tech Subject. We're going to go pretty hard. I'm aiming to get, 1 to 3 videos out every single week to start. So guys, thank you very much. I don't want to say like this video. That's all classic YouTube crap. I hope that you guys join me on this journey as Tech Subject grows and becomes exactly what I was hoping it always would be. So thank you very much, guys. Stay tuned. We got a whole backlog of all my old videos from Canada Computers, not all the videos. I only posted about 10 of them. Ones that I liked, and there was a lot of news videos and stuff there. All of this stuff is outdated. But I hope you guys enjoyed those videos, and stay tuned for the next couple of weeks because I'll be pushing out a lot more videos going forward. And stay tuned because to celebrate this launch, there is going to be a pretty massive giveaway, including a $2,000 PC, which I'll be getting into more detail a little bit later, a PlayStation 4, and an Xbox One all digital edition. Just to kick off and show you exactly what this channel is going to cover. So guys, thank you very much for joining in. And yeah, I guess I'm done talking now. My voice is completely gone. So thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next one.